They're finally here. The team of the year for NHL 23 has been released, and it is 6 incredible cards. We are going to cover the entire men's team of the year in this video. We're going to break down all of the sets, the best ones to go after, the total cost, all of the abilities, attributes, everything you need to know about all of the 6 cards that were released. I also want to say thank you to anyone that showed up to my live stream. It was the biggest stream I've ever had on Twitch. And a special shout out to EA for letting me be a part of their reveal stream. They look absolutely phenomenal.
I do think maybe in 2022 we snubbed Cole Caulfield from I would have loved to see him sneak in there.
That included Clappy and Trevor Zegras. It was really fun to be a part of that, and I can't thank you guys enough for essentially giving me all of these opportunities. So with that being said, let's get into the team of the year. All right, so let's kick things off by going over this year's team of the year, and we are going to start, as you can see, I've made all the forwards. We're going to start first with the 92 Nathan MacKinnon, 6 foot 200, and for anyone that is new to team of the year, these do come with double synergy slots, meaning that all of their synergies, whatever one you choose, they will go 2 to that synergy, which is huge at this stage of the game, and they also have 3 individual choice synergies. Nathan MacKinnon's got a speed one, which allows for wingman, as well as booming shot, which in my opinion is the best non-skating synergy, maybe other than thief. And then finally, he can go thief as well, so you can play him at center, no problem. But I'm going to go with magician, just trying to get his agility, deking, and puck control just a little bit higher. I play him on the wing, and that's why. In terms of abilities, he's got elite edges, we love that. Silver wheels, no contest, close quarters, truculence, and unstoppable force. These are all incredible abilities, among the best in the game. When you combine his skating with unstoppable force, throw on close quarters, truculence, and elite edges, thank God they raised the AP limit to 50 because this card is absolutely absurd. I'll talk about which ones you should make, in my opinion, in terms of ranking, because I know a lot of people are going to have to make some tough decisions, but this is one of the best cards in the game and will remain so as he continues to upgrade. Next up, we've got Austin Matthews, and finally, we've got a dominant Austin Matthews centerman card. He's got workhorse, so you can go with acceleration on the first slot. He's got wingman, meaning you can go speed in the second slot, and he's got thief in the third slot, meaning that his face-off rating can get up to 90. Combine that with the fact he's 6'3", 208. He is great size for a centerman. He's got 93 acceleration, 92 speed with that activated, elite edges, and unstoppable force, which I've mentioned all year round is among the best combo in the game. Silver quick draw to make him even more impactful at center. Close quarters is phenomenal. Shut down if you want to make him even better in the defensive zone. And then gold no contest. I'm not huge on no contest. I think it's a better EASHL ability, but it still has its value and it only costs 4 to activate. This is going to be very difficult if you have multiple of these team of the year cards to figure out what abilities you want to run, because they're all incredible combinations. This is the most difficult decision, in my opinion, among all of the team of the year cards, because you have to think in terms, if you can only make one, what card do you want at 99? And a 6'3", 208 centerman that's got quick draw, unstoppable force, and elite edges is really tough to beat. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And then we've got the GOAT, the 92 Connor McDavid. Wingman as his first slot, so he can go multiple speed synergies. He's got booming shot in the second and thief as the third. Again, this combination is incredible. Booming shot and thief on top of a speed synergy is wild. He's got puck on a string, unstoppable force, silver wheels, tape to tape, close quarters, and gold elite edges. I have loved elite edges on Matthew Barzal's X Factor all year round if you've been watching my Not a Dollar series, and in my opinion, it makes cards feel like you're not playing on server at all, like you're playing on LAN. It operates with the puck and without, and with Connor McDavid having 99 speed, you can keep up and play with anyone that has the puck. He's got 97 acceleration, and with his next upgrade, he might touch 98. Maxed agility, high to mid-90s shooting, basically maxed out hand stats, and with the combination of thief as well as booming shot, he's got 88 body checking, 93 defensive awareness, 90 face-offs, 96 stick checking. You can play him at center, absolutely. I just think he's more potent on the wing. This is a very tough choice. He is definitely the best card currently. Don't get me wrong. Right now, this is the best card in the game. But again, you've got to think in terms of, if I can only make one at the end of the game, what's going to be the best card for me? And again, we'll talk about that a little bit more. On to defenseman. We've got the 92 Cale Makar. His first slot does allow for distributor and workhorse, so you can go workhorse to max out his acceleration, giving him 99. His second slot's got protector, which is what I would activate to up his body checking. And that third one has booming shot, gladiator, and thief. All of those are phenomenal options. when you combine all of that, he's got almost 90 body checking on top of being a max skater. Currently in the game right now, that is a huge advantage on the back end. He's got unstoppable force, which is super interesting in the meta of NHL 23 because you can straight line diagonally with Cale Makar out of your own zone and essentially not be bumped off the puck at all, regardless of his size. Seeing Eye, I have really liked because I think it freezes the goalie enough in NHL 23, especially if you fire tips from the point. Not big on third eye. Shutdown is a great ability if they don't have truculence because it acts like truculence on the rush. Heat Seeker, again, if you fire a lot of wrist shots from the point, and then his gold elite edges, which he should always have. Very tough decisions here again, if you can only make a couple, because as it stands right now, this is the best right-handed defenseman in the game. Then we've got Roman Josi, and he's finally got some useful abilities. 6'1", 201. A left-handed defenseman, his first slot does have Workhorse and Spark, so he can get up to 92 acceleration. His middle synergy has Protector, so that can help out his body checking a little bit. And then that third one has Fly the Zone, meaning he will have 92 acceleration and 91 speed. It's a huge drop-off from Makar, and I do think that puts him far behind in terms of if I had to make one. He does have Silver Elite Edges, Heat Seeker, Seeing Eye, Stick 'em Up, which is great, Unstoppable Force, and then Gold 1T. I've talked about this a lot. I don't think one-timers from the point have been all that effective. However, having Stick 'em Up as well as, Elite Edges and Seeing Eye, it makes him a lot more useful than all the other Roman Josi cards we've had. He's max defensive awareness. Stick checking is going to be topped out as well. In terms of left-handed defenseman, it is the best right now. And then we've got Igor Shesterkin. Now, I've talked about goaltenders being an absolute disaster this year, and I'm not talking about the normal, they let in the cross-crease one-timers. I'm talking about they make a save, they go to cover the rebound, and then they throw it in their own net. Animations are broken this year, guys. I think Igor Shesterkin has the potential with all of his abilities to easily be the best goaltender in the game. At launch, his base card was one of my favorites. The issue is that attributes and abilities can do a ton of work, but it does not matter if their animations are completely scuffed, and that's the situation we're at. He's got great aggression at 72, good speed, and has an unbelievable combination of synergies, which can really help out your team. But again, if I could only make one, there's no way I would make Igor unless I was a Rangers fan. All right, now let's talk sets, because I'm sure everyone wants to know what the best sets are and how much they are going to cost. So your two options for Team of the Year is to spend 40 Team of the Year collectibles to go from scratch. This is essentially you don't have anything to trade in, and you've got to build 40 collectibles. Now, each collectible is roughly going for about 23,000 coins, meaning that if you were going to go from scratch in value, it's going to cost you 920,000 coins. That is an absurd amount, and we're going to go over some ways to cut that cost down. But you have to remember, guys, these Team of the Year cards will upgrade to their highest rated card for free for the rest of the game. You will never have to worry about these cards for the rest of the game, which is a gigantic advantage. As you can see, they're all 40 collectibles to build from scratch. Now, if you have X factors of these players, it will only cost 23. So if you have the max X factor at 92 overall, because that is the highest rated that they are currently, it is going to cost you about 529,000 coins. However, you have to remember the cost to get up to the 92 is going to take about 3 collectibles each. Now, if you have Hut Champs collectibles and you've been saving them, that's fine. That is going to drastically reduce the cost. But that's about another 150,000 coins in value, bringing the total cost to 679,000 coins. These are a lot. These are an investment, guys. If you have them already maxed, I would try to do everything I could to trade them in, especially Roman Josi, because his abilities are just absolutely god-awful. You're getting a significant advantage with him. Now, in terms of cost per set, okay, if you go all the way down to the end, the 89s will give you 3 Team of the Year collectibles. However, they are the worst value. Currently, as it stands, they are going for 26,700 per collectible because they are so expensive. I am not going to go through and tell you what the best value card is, because the second that this video goes out, that will immediately change. So here is what I would recommend you do. When you are going to make your Team of the Year card, you have a lot of things saved up, you've got a lot of coins ready. What I would recommend you do is just go and do the math. If you go into the sets, search for 83s, find out their cheapest price, and then figure out how many per collectible each is going to be. Again, 23,000 coins and below seems to be a good value right now. So if you do the math and that's how it shakes out as it stands at the launch of this event, where everything is expensive, I would recommend you look into that. Now, huge savings potential here if you go over to objectives, they did give us some objectives to complete, and it does look like they are able to be done fairly quickly, as you've got to complete 50 games in Squad Battles, Rivals, or Hut Champs, and win 31 games in Rivals, Hut Champs, and Squad Battles, which is the most, like, the most amount of games required. You can do this on Rookie Mode and Squad Battles and just let it sit and run out. You will get 2 Team of the Year collectibles. Like I said, on average, that's 46,000 coins right there in value, especially if you're free to play and you need every single bit you can. Make sure you guys take care of this objective and get these finished. Also, be sure to do the Team of the Year challenges, because once you get to the end, there is an event collectible pack after the 5th challenge, which again, at 23,000 coins, that's easily worth doing 5 challenges that will not take you that long. So that would cut almost 70,000 coins right off the cost, which is a huge discount for you. Now, I will have a full ranking once I get to use all of the Team of the Year cards and give you actual in-game footage of what ones I think play the best, but these are all the best cards of their position no matter what, so you really can't go wrong when you make 1 or 2 of them. Now, if you can only make 1, as it stands, this is before I've played a game, I want full transparency here. I think it depends on the situation and how you play this game. The 3 forwards are where I would start. I think all 3 of them are phenomenal options, and again, it will depend if you have players like Jay Beagle, because I think that he's one of the best cards in the game as well, but Austin Matthews at center now is going to be incredible. His shot always feels better than his attributes indicate, and Connor McDavid is the best skating card in the game now. Other cards will catch up to him eventually, but this thing is absolutely nuts, and you can take advantage of almost everyone in the game that doesn't have a fast skating defenseman when you fly down the boards with a 99 speed Connor McDavid in January. I think there are a lot of right-handed winger options that are fast, but you can't go wrong with Nathan McKinnon either, especially when he's got unstoppable force and truculence. It is very, very difficult, guys. If you have any of these 3 X factors, all right, you have their X factors, I would do everything I could to max out their X factor this week and do the trade-in. When it comes to the defenseman, as you can see here, I haven't done my Cale Makar yet. I will, but even when he is maxed out, he will be an incredible skater. But as you know, there's cards like Brent Seabrook who hit like a truck, and while they can't skate nearly as well as Cale Makar can, defensively, he's just as good, if not better. So you have to keep that in mind. If you can only make 1, even 2, I would probably go 2 of the 3 forwards. When it comes to their X Factor counterparts, like let's say you have all 3 of their X Factors, Austin Matthews' X Factor is the worst out of these 3. So if you, let's say, could only afford 1, I would definitely do Austin Matthews with his X Factor, because if you did not, and you did Connor or McKinnon with their X Factor, and you were left upgrading Austin Matthews all the way up from his X Factor card and just kept him going, his card even at 99 would be mediocre at best. McDavid and McKinnon, they both still have strong X Factor cards with their abilities, so you wouldn't see as much of a dramatic hit if you had to keep upgrading those X Factors. Even Connor McDavid, there's some people out there that would rather prefer gold wheels, so I can see that being another factor as well. Like I said, guys, I will have a full ranking out in a separate video tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss that. All right, now when it comes to the store, I know a lot of people are going to buy packs. We went and did a huge pack opening. That video will be up probably tomorrow. I would never recommend buying packs, guys, but if you are dead set on doing it, I just want to cover some that are in the store. This one right here, getting 5 Team of the Year event collectibles for 140,000 coins. Understand that's not a great value. 5 collectibles right now at the current cost is going for 120,000 coins, and that's just not really that valuable. This premium Team of the Year player pack for week 1, I opened up about 4 of them, I believe. I didn't pull anything of substantial use, so again, the fact that you have an increased chance of pulling an MSP, I just wouldn't buy. If you are going to buy some packs, honestly, the Ultimate Choice Pack is probably the best one, just because it's going to give you a huge odds at the end. The last tip I want to give, guys, is if you are not going to be able, let's say you started at Christmas time, you're not spending any money, and you're not going to be able to get a Team of the Year card, that's okay. What I would do during this week is take advantage of the lower 82 and below overall NHL cards tanking in price, because not a lot of people are using them because they're not good value for trading in for Team of the Year collectibles. Try and finish team builders if you can. Almost all these cards are going for 1,500 and below for the 82 and above, and that's probably where I would spend my coins to try and get Jay Beagle, Gary Roberts, Brent Seabrook, because a lot of people are going to be focusing, blowing their collection and their coins on higher overall cards. You can get your team builders done if you just started. So guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys again for watching and all of the support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.